Thank you for joining us. This is Nationwide. I'm Ruth Aguwele. Nigeria's gross domestic product (GDP) grew by 3.19% year-on-year in real terms in the second quarter of 2024. Figures released Monday morning by the National Bureau of Statistics indicate that the GDP growth was higher than the 2.98% recorded in the first quarter of 2024 and higher than the 2.51% of the second quarter of 2023. The performance of the GDP in 2024 second quarter was driven by the services sector, which recorded a growth of 3.79%. Agriculture sector grew by 1.41%, and industry sector grew by 3.53%, an improvement from -1.94% recorded in the second quarter of 2023. In the quarter under review, aggregate GDP at basic price at 60.93 million naira in nominal terms. Now, this performance is higher when compared to the second quarter of 2023, which recorded aggregate GDP of 52.1 million naira, indicating a year-on-year nominal growth of 16.94%. Stakeholders in the mining industry are appealing to the federal government to call state governments to order, not to create obstacles for genuinely licensed miners in their respective states. Now, the call was made at a media briefing in Abuja, where various issues concerning the industry were also discussed.
We are also calling on the president of the country to please prevail on the governors to act according to the law of the land. We are not saying they should allow illegality to occur, no. But we are saying where people are duly licensed to operate, they should allow them to operate. We also wish to clarify on the issue of the new rates and licensing fee in the sector, that there is an ongoing discussion with the ministry on the need to have a rethink of some of those fees. None of us in the sector is averse to increments because these rates have been there for a long time. Now, we also need to speak on the issue of this value addition that the minister mentioned. What the minister told us is that all licenses that will be granted henceforth will be granted on the condition that the person has a processing plan to work with, but not talking about the people who are already working.
The stakeholders also appeal for the disbursement of international funds released by the federal government in 2016 for small-scale miners. From the power sector, with a target to achieving 6,000 megawatts of electricity supply this year, federal government says all challenges are being addressed for its power plants across the country to generate at full installed capacity. New Managing Director of the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, Jennifer Adigije, says that with the renewed hope vigor of the present administration to ensure energy efficiency, national integrated power plants are capable to deliver 6,000 megawatts of electricity. Already, federal government has commenced payment of debt-owed gas companies to ensure availability of gas to power. The new managing director, who assumes, is optimistic that the current improvement in power supply will be sustained.
Optimization, and give my team all the support that we need to ensure that we're able to align with Mr. President's renewed hope agenda for accelerating our collective prosperity through energy efficiency.
We have navigated challenges, yes, great challenges. The power sector in Nigeria is seriously challenged. And together we'll foster the culture of collaboration. I take pride, serious pride in what we have achieved as a team.
Well, as part of ongoing infrastructural drive in the Federal Capital Territory, the Minister, Nyesom Wike, has flagged off the construction of Central Business District bus and taxi terminal in Abuja. While flagging off the project, the FCT Minister says the project is aimed at ensuring a decent transport system in the city and eliminate the one-chance criminal activities in the city center.
What we're trying to do is to integrate and improve our transport system. It is going to cut off this so-called one-chance crime that is always committed. Here, this is a bus terminal, taxi terminal, where you can come in, and the management of these bus terminals and taxi terminals will know these are the vehicles that go to social place, and these are the vehicles you have boarded. For security reasons, we'll be able to identify. I believe by the grace of God, the next year, as the contractor has promised us, we will formally commission these 3 bus and taxi terminals to the glory of God. FCT does not carry a project. The fund is not there. We are not going to do that.
On health, we hear a partnership between Renewed Hope Initiative, National Population Commission and United Nations Children's Fund, that is UNICEF, is underway to further ramp up birth registration in the country with a commemorative launch of the 2024 Civil Registration and Vital Statistics Day. MPC Chairman Nasir Isa Kwara, who disclosed this after leading development partners to the office of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, says the commemorative event scheduled for August 29, 2024 will mark a major leap in government's effort to offer Nigerian children their first foundational identity.
We had a chat with her, and it was a very, very fruitful discussion, and I want to believe that we're going to have a great event, and that will mark the full force drive of birth registration to give children, Nigerian children, first foundational identity and recognition as our children, and have access to government services, especially education and health.
And what is critical is we have been falling short in terms of reaching that obligation. So the Office of the First Lady, through the Renewed Hope Initiative, is a platform that we are now using to make sure that every child's birth in Nigeria, starting on the 29th, which is basically the D-Day for the commencement of the Renewed Hope Initiative project to accelerate birth registration in all parts of the Federation.
Still on health, but turning attention to a deadly virus, Rivers State government here is strengthening surveillance in the state as Mpox continues to be a public health emergency. Commissioner for Health, Adaizi Ore, says the ministry is working with relevant stakeholders in Port Harcourt to check the spread as the state records its first case of Mpox. Gabriel Amunike reports.
Since the latest reported outbreak of Mpox in Nigeria, there have been grave concern on the implication on public health. Here in Rivers State, 2 cases have been reported, with the State Ministry of Health activating an emergency response center.
And Rivers State was mentioned as one of the cases, not amongst the top 5 states, but a state that has 2 confirmed cases. We have set up tracking teams to identify, manage, and monitor contacts exposed to confirmed persons.
Already, the government has also embarked on public enlightenment with the view to helping the people take preventive actions to check the spread. In Port Harcourt, Gabriel Amunike, NTA News.
All right, and to get more insight into how the state government is checkmating the spread of the deadly virus, we join Kinsley Majari there in Port Harcourt, who is standing by live. Kinsley, give us more information as to what the government and other stakeholders are doing in that regard.
Right, welcome to Port Harcourt. Route, of course, from that background report, it's evident the government has started action in earnest across the 23 local government areas. The government has established emergency response centers. For now, the government is embarking on public enlightenment. Over the couple of a week or so now, there have been increased enlightenment in terms of creating awareness for the populace to get aware of what this virus represents in terms of the signs and symptoms and the needed actions from the citizens, what they need to do. But the reality, of course, when you come to terms with the daily operations or activities of people in town, yes, quite a number of persons are aware of the outbreak of this Mpox, even the reported case in the state. But talking about taking actions, more is also needed to be done in that regard in terms of people's attitude to responding to the preventive measures that have so far been identified or highlighted by the authorities in terms of taking precautions. For a quite number of persons who are also engaged before this very interview we are having now, quite a number of persons seem not to know what to do. But the government has also, according to the information from the State Ministry of Health, have also gone ahead to make contact, try to contact those 2 reported cases, those who have come in contact with the patients in this regard, in terms of contact tracing, also to take actions in order to contain the spread. At the moment, social and economic lives are going on as if nothing is happening in terms of social interactions. But for key concerns, stakeholders, they think that actions also, just like actions that were taken during the COVID and Ebola cases when we had such outbreaks, that people should begin to take such actions. And for the health authorities, they think that on the information that have been disseminated, the citizens also have a responsibility to also take steps to protect themselves. This is the current reality within the state here. But I will tell you one thing for sure, the state ministry have done quite enough by going to across the state in terms of the local government area to see that this information cascade to the grassroots.
Yes, indeed, Kingsley, the grassroots is actually more of target because that's where a lot of people go hunt for bushmeat and all of that. And if precautionary measures are not put in place, then we'll have a lot to deal with in the country. But thank you so much for that insight there from Port Harcourt. Thank you, Kingsley. Well done. All right, and still talking about Mpox, Osun, we here has recorded a confirmed case of monkeypox in Ilesha, West local government area of the state. Our correspondent Farogun reports that the state government has activated incident management system to curtail the spread of the virus.
The new confirmed case of Mpox on a 25-year-old male will be the second case from Ilesha West local government area of Osun State this year alone, as a case was recorded there in March. The 2 cases have triggered the state government to activate incident management system, a coordinated effort involving multiple agencies to control the outbreak, overseeing public health measures.
Had symptoms for 3 weeks, only presented in the hospital on the 19th. So the patient's condition had greatly improved.
I don't entertain any fear whatsoever. COVID-19 came, combated it successfully.
The team says it will ensure contact tracing and engage in public enlightenment on the preventive measures against the new variant of.
I think it's time we also prompt the tertiary institutions so that as they see cases, we are well notified at the state level.
Please don't let us rest our house as soon as require anything to ensure that we maintain the tempo.
Osun State so far this year has recorded 47 suspected cases of Mpox, with 45 coming out negative and 2 confirmed cases. In Oshogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
All right, let's get the latest news from Lagos as we join Adiola for that. Thank you, Ruth. Still on the Mpox, as of the 24th of August, 40 cases of Mpox was confirmed in the Federation, including Lagos State. Health practitioners say although there is no specific treatment, only supportive care, preventive measures should be prioritized to control its spread. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, a total of 40 confirmed cases of Mpox out of the 830 suspected cases have been recorded so far in some states across the country. Mpox, formerly referred to as monkeypox, is a virus zoonotic disease that can be transmitted from animal to man and from one person to another.
This rash actually takes about, when it appears, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks before it dries off and then the scab falls off. And the important thing about the rash is that when a person has that rash, no matter the stage, it's still infectious, meaning when another person gets in contact with that rash, the person can be infected.
And with Lagos State being one of the affected states, medical practitioners are calling on residents to imbibe proper hygiene, wash hands clean and stay hydrated, while efforts are underway to enhance border patrol for case investigation, contact tracing and community engagement to ensure compliance with preventive measures.
The awareness created around smallpox and also on social media, we tend to see more of any acute medical public health issue here in Lagos and Ogun than some of the other places.
We should try to avoid close contact with individuals that are showing symptoms of monkeypox without stigmatization. So I'm putting emphasis on that stigmatization because most people obviously want to run away from a person that is showing, that is exhibiting the symptoms. So you can care for them, but also contact without stigmatization.
This public health concern has made the World Health Organization call for more acute surveillance to control its spread, while vaccines are made available at public health centers. Now, Nigerians are convinced that retracing one's step to correct misconceptions and social-cultural beliefs that no longer puts integrity, piety, and the fear of God on the highest pedestal of accepted moral rectitude in the community as a banner for respect and praise is needed to tackle the growing worrisome trend of quick money mentality in the society. They made this known while expressing their opinion on the issue. Larry Belay has details.
It is now a norm for people to look away from ill-gotten wealth that is now prevalent. Unlawful acts like internet fraud, ritual killings, thuggery, drug peddling, and embezzlement of public funds are now wrapped up in poor choice of words, such as hustle.
In Nigeria now, you see youth under 15 years who want to ride a car of 25 million, 35 million, without even a child that's supposed to be in school.
I mean, as a parent, when I see a strange thing for my children, where did you get these things? If there's no cogent reason, I would either to return it.
While earnings through legitimate means is now being ridiculed, snared at, or people who are involved in such legitimate ways of making money are looked down upon with disdain. Clerics believe changing this unwholesome mentality should start from home and worship centers and intensify preaching on essence of integrity and godliness.
Integrity is more and better than money. Money is important. It answereth all things. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 10, that verse number 19. But having said that,
those who are misbehaving around, whenever they come in, they give their parents something that is shut their mouth. But what has he achieved to be able to acquire such a vehicle? What is his take home? What is he doing? What? So many questions that even the father will not be able to answer.
They also emphasized bringing back the days when society queried source of sudden wealth instead of condoning it and sweep it under the effect of poverty. In Lagos, Larry Bilayi, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Lagos for now. Nationwide will continue with Jenny in our Port Harcourt Network Center after this break.
Evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. Governor Siminalayi Fubara says his administration will establish 3 smart cities before the end of his 2 terms to decongest Port Harcourt and create sustainable development in Rivers State. This follows the groundbreaking of the port city in Eleme local government area. Osinachi Samuel reports.
This groundbreaking ceremony births a new port city in Eleme local government area, a well-planned modern city with state-of-the-art facilities sitting on 1,000 hectares of land. The project is a partnership deal between the Rivers State government
and a private investor,
supervised by the Greater Port Harcourt City Development Authority, to ensure of one of the 3 new cities that Governor Fubara's administration has proposed to establish.
God the Son and God the Holy Spirit.
Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Tami Danagogo, Governor Fubara assured Nigerians that his administration will not relent in giving them a deserving environment to live and do business, urging the host communities to own the project.
Before 2027, there will be massive developments, new cities, all across the state. I want to urge you, again, the people of Eleme, own this project, support it, provide the community support and security.
For stakeholders and investment, the era of youth restiveness, crimes and criminalities are over, as the new port city will not only create jobs, but also generate revenue, more development and massive economic opportunities for the people.
In our GDP, push and pull of development population towards this axis.
As a people, we welcome this project, and we are going to do everything within our power to ensure that those that are going to work here work in a conducive and peaceful atmosphere.
The signing of the Public-Private Partnership Framework Agreement will serve as nucleus of network of urban centers designed to decongest Port Harcourt. From Eleme, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
The 6th Division Inter-Brigade Combat Proficiency Competition 2024 has ended with the 6th Division Garrison emerging overall winner at a keenly contested competition among the various formations. Diba Barisi reports.
Obstacle crossing marks the end of the competition as the formations exhibited their combat proficiency, endurance and team spirit. The participants competed for honors in different events. Commander 6th Division Garrison Brigadier General Sani Ahmed commended the participants for their competence, stressing that the event is designed to sharpen their battle skills and make them more prepared for any eventuality. At the end of the fair competition, trophies and medals were presented to outstanding officers and formations. Sixth Division Garrison clinched the overall position, while 2, 16 and 63 brigades came second, third and fourth positions respectively. In Port Harcourt, Dibabari Siedomaweke, NTA News.
Those are the reports from here nationwide. We'll continue with Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you very much, Jenny. And still looking at security, the evolving threats in Africa requires joint military approach. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the National Defense College is already working to achieve this by training African Union pilots to curtail damages during air raids.
Air assets are a critical component of modern warfare due to their speed and precision in attacking the enemy position. It also plays a vital role in evacuation of both military and civilian casualties during combat operations.
The challenges we face in ensuring and guaranteeing civilian protection.
This training of African Union pilots is therefore aimed at strengthening the capacity of personnel on protection of civilians during peace support operations.
Our troops, our soldiers, they are engaging in a asymmetric theater, in a very difficult theater where they don't know who their enemy is. Therefore, there's a likelihood of inadvertently killing or harming civilians. So this kind of training is to ensure that we give them the necessary guidance to ensure that they are better prepared to fight in an enemy that they don't often know, and to take precautions so that they don't intentionally or mistakenly harm or kill civilians.
It is important that we organize trainings of this nature from time to time. And ourselves that in as much as we're trying to confront an enemy through kinetic means, we must also protect those civilians who are innocent, who need protection from the same groups that do not want us to have peace.
With 30 participants from different regions of the African continent, the training will also ensure enforcement of professional conduct during combat operation. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And of course, where there is peace, we'll continue to enjoy our rich cultural diversity. Nigeria, you know, is a melting pot of over 250 ethnic groups, a country where culture and cuisine blend in perfect harmony. From the spicy flavors of jollof rice to the rich traditions of its numerous festivals, Nigeria's cultural heritage is a true reflection of its people's diversity and creativity. This shared heritage, a cultural festival is scheduled to take place in Akwa Ibom to promote peace and cultural development amongst ECOWAS member states. Ungofan Shaji Nwai reports.
Nigerian cuisine is a vibrant reflection of the country's cultural diversity, with popular dishes like suya, egusi soup, and akara, showcasing the nation's love for bold flavors and spices. Beyond its flavors, Nigerian food plays a significant role in the country's cultural identity. To celebrate this rich cultural heritage, the federal government, in collaboration with other stakeholders, is organizing a food and cultural festival, bringing together people from all over Africa to share their culinary traditions, music, art, and
we are the hosts. We are the people that are to sell food for people to eat. We are the people that are to give accommodation for people to stay. Our drivers on the streets are there to carry passengers who will pay. Our hotels will be busy. Our airports will be busy. Then all economic activities will be busy during this period. After this festival, there will be follow-up projects and activities. These follow-up projects and activities are going to be the hub of food and cultural revolution.
The festival will feature cooking competitions, cultural performances, and exhibitions showcasing African art and craftsmanship, promoting unity, peace, and development among African nations. In Abuja, Gufan Shah, NTA News.
And one way to boost food security is to ensure that efforts are in place to mitigate the devastating effect of flooding. And the federal government is set to support states with funds to mitigate flooding in affected farming communities. The Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, stated this while in Kebbi State to assess farmlands affected by flood. Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa reports.
In recent time, Kebbi State has suffered significant losses due to excessive flooding. Many local government areas that cultivate rice in large quantities were severely affected as a result of heavy rainfall, resulting in widespread flooding, damaging farmlands and displacing many communities.
Well, the government is ever ready to ensure that we assisted our farmers so that they will go back to farm, because there are a lot of loss that we have recorded here in Kebbi State.
The Minister of Finance, Wale Idun, was therefore in Birnin Kebbi to assess the damage for federal government's intervention to mitigate flood and boost farming activities.
The National Economic Council has been proactive and has taken action in order to support all the states of the Federation and the FCT with 3 billion naira in flood action funding.
Irrigation facility are going to be expanded along the whole stretch of the 1,000-kilometer road, and a significant part of the irrigation support will be in Kebbi.
Minister Idun promised federal government support to ensure communities affected by flood across the Federation regain their losses. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa, NTA News.
All right, let's head to Kaduna to join Salamatu. She has our next set of reports.
Thank you, Ruth, and a warm welcome to Kaduna. Peace is gradually returning in Brindangwari as the Kaduna state government flagged off the construction of major linking about 63 villages. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports that the project is a major infrastructural development in the community. The challenges of insecurity had the people for too long.
Brindangwari, a community in Kaduna State that has long suffered from lack of essential infrastructure due to persistent insecurity, now beginning to see a sign of hope as peace gradually returns. The state governor, Basani, is here to flag off the construction of a major road in this area. This 35.6-kilometer road from Bagoma to Kagumi through Ungwamfari down to Sabalai is expected to open up the villages for easy movement from one point to another to enhance their farming activities. This young man, Habibu Yau, says the road will enable the residents to return to their farms to continue their farming activities that had been severely disrupted due to lack of accessible road and insecurity.
Happy because this road is the heart, I can say, is the heart of Brindangwari.
This is Kuriga village, the primary school where the tragic incident occurred a few months ago where scores of students were abducted. Today the governor has decided to branch on his way from Brindangwari to see some of these students that were released, and the school that was renovated by the state government. The students were so excited seeing the governor coming back to see them and say hello.
I will do everything to ensure that we remodel the school, rebuild the school, furnish the school, and not only Kuriga, we have remodeled, rebuilt, and also fence over 200 schools as we are speaking today in Kaduna State.
This project symbolizes a new era of progress in Kuriga. In Kaduna, I'm Muhammad Barajingi, NTA News.
Away from Brindangwari, Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, applauds the Nigerian Defense Academy for its gender inclusivity as female armed forces are actively participating in the defense of the territorial integrity. Haruna Muhammad reports that the minister made the commendation during an official visit to the Nigerian Defense Academy, Afaka, Kaduna State.
Like the August visitor in the month of August is the Minister of Women Affairs, Uju Kennedy, to the Nigerian Defense Academy in extension of her campaign and empowerment of women.
Led by the Commandant Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General John Ochai, his first port of call was the air wing of the academy, interacting with the cadets and civilian staff a testament to her unwavering commitment to the advancement of women. Next is the simulation center to the amphibious swimming pool, all-female cadets, a multifaceted training and development program offered in the academy. Having gone round the cadets' female lines, she made a donation. Awards were presented to deserving female officers.
When they're talking about inclusiveness, they're talking about governance, they're talking about so many other things out of school children, immediately we start making money and going more to school. All those things will be a thing of the past. So I am encouraging you, don't lose hope, because there is hope in Renewed Hope Agenda.
Be there of different gender, different religion or ethnicity, it doesn't matter to us. With this motivation, I have no doubt that these cadets behind us will work hard to aspire to be the best and to fulfill their God-given potentials.
The visit by the minister is a testament of her commitment to fostering an environment of inclusivity and championing the rights of women in all spheres of life. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Haruna Mohammed's report completes our package from here, and we'll be joining Obehi in our Benin Network Center shortly after this time out. Please stay tuned.
Welcome to Benin. A total of 1,000 women, mainly petty traders, in Edo State have benefited from the Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu Renewed Hope Agenda initiative. Wife of Edo State, Dr. Betsy Obaseki, presented checks of 50,000 naira to each of the women at Irua, the Eastern Central Administrative Headquarters. Government House correspondent Goodluck Kenani reports.
Senator Oluremi Tinubu's address, delivered by wife of Edo State Governor Dr. Betsy Obaseki, highlighted the crucial role women play in building economic and sustaining their communities. She lauded the resilience and determination of women traders who, despite the challenges, have continued to support their families. She said the grant provided is to assist women petty traders to overcome some business challenges and also create more jobs, thereby contribute more to the economy.
Through the Renewed Hope Initiative Economic Empowerment Program, we are providing 1,000 pre-selected women petty traders per state with a grant of 50,000 naira each to recapitalize and grow their businesses.
Some of the beneficiaries described the grant as a divine intervention.
I told you they enter school, one come out, no pay school fees. Now God will bless First Lady.
I just want to thank the First Lady for seeing me through this hardship.
The initiative, which is part of a nationwide program aimed at supporting 37,000 women across 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, is to provide financial support to small and medium enterprises, particularly those run by women, who economic experts say are the backbone of local economies. From Irua, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
And now to politics. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has charged media organizations to use their various platforms to disseminate unbiased news and informations about programs and events surrounding the September 21 Edo governorship election. Jude Abugu, who was at the INEC meeting with media executives in the state, reports that the commission assures electorate that all beavers needed for the election has been configured and ready for deployment.
The role of the media in information dissemination, agenda setting, and social mobilization has made the media an indispensable partner in the electoral process. It is in recognition of this role that INEC is engaging media executives in Edo State. The INEC National Commissioner, Voter Education, represented by the State Resident Electoral Commissioner, appealed to them to use their various channels to communicate information that will help the electorate make informed decisions during the election.
In your capacity as media executive, you have the power to influence not just the outcome of the election, but the very fabric of our electoral democratic society.
While giving updates on Commission's preparation for the election, INEC officials urged the media executives to help disseminate information about BVAS technology, the Electoral Act, and voting procedures. Media executives in the state, including the Zonal Director, NTA Benin, Fano, assured the Commission of continuous support.
As always, we do what we should do to ensure that not only the election is covered in a credible way, also to ensure that we do not carry any reportage that is capable of causing incitement.
The Commission used the forum to remind newly registered voters in the state to collect their PVCs at various wards and INEC local government offices across the state. In Benin, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
And that's the update from Benin for now. It's back to Ruth in Abuja for the rest of Nationwide.
Thank you very much, Obehi. The Austin Agada-led State Working Committee in Benue State has successfully nominated 23 chairmanship and 276 councillorship candidates for the October 5th local government elections. A statement made available to in Abuja with publication of names of all the candidates indicates that the exercise took place in all the wards headquarters across the 23 local government areas of the state on Saturday, 24th August 2024. Speaking shortly after the exercise, which was conducted through consensus and affirmation in most local government areas of the state, some chairmanship candidates commended the process, which was hitch-free, and expressed confidence of victory in the secondary elections. Federal government says it will not relent in sanitizing the education sector in Nigeria by exiting those found with fake certificates obtained from uncertified foreign universities. Minister of State Education, Yusuf Tanko Sununu, stated this on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria. Lydia Samson reports.
Insight the dilemma of some Nigerians who obtained fake certificates from unrecognized institutions in Togo and Benin Republics on Good Morning Nigeria. The minister says it is a mess cutting across MDAs that the Ministry of Education is not just owning up to, but taking proactive steps to stop.
So it was a multinational, and it's also interministerial. So you understand, education, interior, foreign affairs, so many security organizations, they were all involved. So it's interministerial. You understand? So we have to do a thorough job. That's why today we can confidently come out to say that the 23,000 fake degrees in the country, based on the recommendation of the council, they should have their everything terminated.
While applauding the journalists who went undercover to provide tangible evidence, he said federal government also conducted investigations in collaboration with the countries in question, leading to the recognition of 3 institutions in Togo and 5 in Benin Republic. Dr. Adeni Ijon, on his part, believes decentralization of oversight is the key to mitigating a recurrence.
Active collaboration between the Federal Ministry of Education in Nigeria and the Ministry of Higher Education in Benin Republic. And I'm happy that he said that within the West African region, because if I'm coming from Benin, I'm coming from Togo to Nigeria to come and work, even the employers should have a standard to verify instead of going to the university website through their QR code to verify a certificate, because you can actually fake a QR code that would direct somebody to somebody's university's website. But if there is a centralized database or verification database within the region, it will go a long way, both for policymakers and the policy users.
They are emphatic that deepening knowledge, character and skills is fundamental across all educational sectors. The girls also urge parents to uphold their roles to mitigate parental failure, making students complicit. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
All right, let's bring you a sports update. That's next.
Begin with football. Following their qualification into the next round of the CAF Champions League, Nigerian champions Rangers International forward to playing at their home turf anytime soon. Rangers have adopted the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Oyo, as their home ground for continental matches, but Rangers midfielder Ugwueze Chunemerem insists the feeling is never the same.
Rangers have played about up to 3 seasons, like almost 3 seasons, away from home, playing at Oka, and yet we are still in the league, and we were able to conquer.
Meanwhile, after emerging Wafubi champions and made history by qualifying for the 2024 CAF Women Champions League for the first time ever, Edo Queens on Sunday landed in Nigeria. The reigning NWFL Premiership champions returned with pride after a stellar performance, bringing glory to Nigerian football. Edo Queens defeated Benin's side, Ainon VFC, 3-0 in the final to become the 3rd Nigerian club to win the competition. The tournament is scheduled to take place later in the year. In tennis, the World Table Tennis Tournament WTT has fined Nigeria's Aruna Kadri for missing 2 WTT tournaments. Aruna failed to participate at the World Team Championships in February this year and the WTT Champions event in March, citing diarrhea and club commitments. However, Aruna has approached the ITTF tribunal after being fined, claiming his actions is not intentional. And finally, handicap 13 player Shola Adebayo has emerged overall winner of the 2024 IBB Captains Inaugural Tournament, which ended Sunday at the IBB International Golf and Country Club Abuja. Adebayo grew 76 with a net score of 63 to outplay a field of over 400 golfers to emerge champion.
All I would say is that you just need to be calm and take whatever comes your way, play more golf, and then you can emerge a winner.
The main thing that we promise is that we are going to really rejuvenate the course to its international status.
The tournament is organized to officially usher in the new escorts of the club under the leadership of Ibrahim Babayo for a 1-year tenure. Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
That concludes Nationwide. Thank you for your company. Do have a lovely evening. I'm Ruth Aguele.